Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with showing you this footage right here. This happened on the day terror was unleashed onto Muhammad Muwanga Kivumbi's supporters. This is Muhammad Muwanga Kivumbi taking cover. You might know, maybe I should say this. Muhammad Muwanga Kivumbi is Bobi Wine's deputy president in the National Unity Platform. He's deputy president for Bobi Wine, responsible for Buganda region. On that fateful night, they killed over 10 people at his home. Watch here.
For now.
As you hear people outside screaming, they were killing people. You can hear people screaming, crying, but the attackers were not stopping at all.
Honorable, no. Honorable, no. Honorable, no. Honorable, no.
Look at his wife, they're all hiding.
Honorable, no.
Muwanga Kivumbi said, oh, they're going to arrest my boys. As I think he's referring to his polling agents.
No. Honorable, no.
Do it for me.
He wanted to go and stand with those that had been become victims of the attack.
No.
And they're pleading with him. His wife saying, no, please do it for me. His wife says, okay, do it for your mom.
Has told me to tell you not to do anything. Do it for your mom. Honey, do it for your mom. Honey, do it for your mom. Do it for your mom. Don't forget your
Says, let me go, they're beating people.
Beating people. No.
And now he's asking for the key to open the door. And the wife says no.
Honorable, no.
No.
Honorable.
No.
Jara form bazagaliza president. Bagenda zitwala jara form. Bazagala bagenda zitwala. Jara form bazagala.
So they wanted the DR reforms.
Jara form bazagala.
Give them what they want. That's what they want. They want you to come out and they want the boys to fight because you're out.
Jara form bazagala. Even the jara form.
Honey, that's what they want. Don't fall into their trap. Mommy said, oh, mommy, if you don't be for yourself, don't be.
Beautiful to have a really reasonable wife or partner. Says, honey, don't do it. This is what they're trying to lure you into. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back to that. But I want to take you back. They killed 10 people, more than 10 people on that day. This is what Museveni had to say. This sick man.
Of course, we have the capacity to, because they were planning.
Because they were look at him now coming up with a lie. Listen, read the body language.
I'm on them. It will be better.
He just downloaded that lie right from his bat. Because they were planning.
Of course, we have the capacity to, because they were planning.
Watch.
Something happened in Butambara.
Okay, what happened?
Butambara, a character called Chivumbi was defeated. Now, the plan everywhere was that where Noop is defeated, gangs with the pangas. You remember pangas?
Shut up. Oh my God. What's wrong with this man? What's wrong with this man? Gangs with pangas. You remember pangas? He's telling, like he's lying with a straight face. This is a perverted gift. I can do it. I'll give him an A. This is A in having the ability to lie with a straight face. Look at him.
With the pangas should attack the polling station.
Look at these religious leaders. Should attack the polling station. But the chaos is happening at Muhammad Muwanga Kivumbi's home. That's not a polling station.
And that's what they did.
And that's what they did. What's wrong with this man? What's wrong with this man? God, help me. I don't want to say things I'm not supposed to be saying here. What's wrong with this man? That gangs with pangas were attacking polling stations. Muwanga Kivumbi is at his home with his polling agents.
Was defeated. And that's what they did. When Chivumbi was defeated, they came with pangas to attack the polling station and they were shot.
What?
7 of them were shot dead there with the pangas. Now,
that didn't happen at all.
Now, those who came to Nakasero on the 20th.
Oh my Lord. How did we get to this point of having a shameless old man who is a liar? Jeez. I'll show you a few more other clips, ladies and gentlemen. Watch here. He says, this was a polling station according to Museveni. Watch here. They're shooting outside. Is this a polling station? Not even a single person was arrested with a panga. It wasn't even seen anywhere. Not even any machete or any weapon. Zero. Look at a member of parliament hiding. What was his crime? Running for the position in his constituency. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Museveni accused him of terrorism. Immediately. Like, we believe in the principle of we are innocent until proven guilty. But in Museveni's world, you are guilty until you're proven innocent. It shouldn't work like that. And because he's a complete sociopath, he didn't even take not even a second to say, I want to send my sympathies and condolences to the families who lost people. And we are launching thorough investigation. I've ordered Attorney General so-and-so to look into this, and let's get at the bottom of this point. Absolutely not. He immediately resorted to telling lies. And there's no one that's going to stand up against those lies because they are pretty much bankrolled by him. Or the clergy. You see, when they meet him, they usually have pieces of papers and Bibles and Quran, the holy book for the Muslims. And, they pretend like, they're here for the right reasons or probably to pray. He told them lies and they knew, but they don't care. They don't care at all. I'll play you here a video of Muhammad Muwanga Kivumbi explaining the incident here Oh my Lord. And guess the people they are jailing him with. Okay. I had a video here. Look at the face of a liar. I was switching screens and I looked at this. Look at his face. A complete liar. Soulless. Like, this too much power corroded his soul. He's detached from reality. He cannot relate with people. In his individualistic dictatorship and indispensability facade persona he has, he's deluded himself into thinking that he's indispensable, that the country cannot function without him. And then he's surrounded by minions, lackeys, those that venerate and revere him. He's come to get to that point where he thinks that, oh, I'm this special. No, you're not. Actually, I think at this point, this is where I have to read you words of Fyodor Dostoevsky, a man who lies to himself. I usually read you these words. A man who lies to himself. This is what Museveni has become. Let's go here. I'll read you these words. Okay, watch. There. A man who lies to himself and believes his own lies becomes unable to recognize truth either in himself or in anyone else, and he ends up losing respect for himself and for others. He's lied to himself. At one time he believed that presidents shouldn't stay in power for quite some time. And then he got to a point where he says, oh, what if people love me? And then he started rigging an election while he convinces himself that he's still a darling to the Ugandan people. So he lost respect for himself because he doesn't respect the principles and values upon which he launched a war against the government of Apo Milton Obote and Tito Okello, respectively. And then as a result of not respecting himself because of that, he doesn't respect people. When they say, hey, we would like to have another president, oh no, you should have me by force. And then he goes on to say, when he has no respect for anyone, he can no longer love. That's what happened to him. That's why he cannot bring himself to a point of feeling pain or to relate with what people are going through. A complete sociopath and a psychopath, for that matter. So he cannot love. And in order to divert himself, having no love in him, he yields to his impulses. In order to divert himself from those feelings of I cannot relate with people, he diverts himself and indulges in lowest form of pleasure. What are those? Like accusing people of being terrorists, telling lies. Those are lowest forms of pleasure. He tells lies like nobody cares. Like, it is okay. I can just tell lies. After all, I am president. And then says, and behave in the end like an animal. Exactly, impulsive like you see him. And it all comes from lying to others and to yourself. I think Fyodor Dostoevsky nailed that. Okay, let's go on here and try to see what Muwanga Kivumbi was talking about this. There were a few videos I was watching here. Okay, yeah. Says they were not even close to the road. I think that they killed them from that house. Look at the gate. Look at how many bullets went through that gate. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a home of a member of parliament. People are hiding from these terrorists, actual literal terrorists. And no. Let's shoot you. And those who committed these grave crimes are walking scot-free. The victim of those atrocities are the ones who are being accused. Cheers. Okay, let's go back here. Okay. He says they were looking for him and they failed to open the door. Okay.
The president is The president is totally misinformed.
Yep.
Totally out of for him to say that gangs attacked a police station.
Exactly. Totally misinformed. I don't even want to believe that he's misinformed. He's so much filled with hate that as long as what has been done, the mayhem or injustices and cruelty, if it is visited upon his opponent, that's okay with him. He can come up with any lie. You don't have to lie to him. You don't have to tell him nothing. You just, you tell him facts and then he come up with his own facts that are separate.
There was no police station that was attacked. It is the military that descended to people in my home, and these killings happened in a garage in my home. So there is no way you could say, and we are going to put him to shame, because in that place I have cameras. Not only cameras, there were people who recorded videos. That's why after killing people, after killing all the people who are there, they did another firing and ensured that they retrieved every dead person.
Wow.
And packed trucks and took them to Gombe Hospital. We have footage of soldiers carrying dead bodies. We also have a footage of 2 soldiers that were shot at the site. Therefore, for him to allege a terrorist act on me and on any of the people who are victims of state violence is extremely unfortunate and unbecoming of a head of state.
When you say extremely unfortunate and unbecoming of a head of state, you're referring to a rebel. He killed people to come to power. So there's no depth too deep, bridge too far for Museveni to debase himself to commit crimes. I mean, when it comes to pursuing his political opponents, there's no limitations. I don't think he killed people. I mean, he calls himself master of violence. Towards the 2026 elections, remember what he said when he was commenting about people who were planning to protest a rigged election. He was threatening his own citizens, fellow citizens. He said, we have guns, soldiers who have guns and each gun carry 120 bullets. This is a man referring or commenting on the actions that were going to be done, or, that were going to be done, yes, by, I'm talking about constitutional actions like protesting. It is constitutional protected. But says if you dare try, we got people who are going to kill you. So when you say it's unbecoming of and I understand probably he's referring to the office of the president, but the current occupant of that office is a complete charlatan, a sociopath, a psychopath, a self-seeker, a megalomaniac. He doesn't really care. He doesn't really care. And it is really, really sad. How I wish people knew Museveni for what he is. He cannot be not even a drop of an inspiration to any person in Uganda. And it is sad. But hey, I'm a captive of hope. I believe one day this criminal regime is going to come crumbling down like a house of cards, because it is. It has been built for quite some time on a foundation of lies, of gaslighting, of thievery, of corruption, of violence, and you cannot use those actions forever. In the end, even some people from within might be like, okay, I think we need to bring an end to this. The Museveni criminal regime will crumble. It will. There's no doubt about that. So, like I said, I'm a captive of hope. How I wish you become a captive of hope too. Be unbroken. Be hopeful. Remain hopeful despite of all signs showing you that it is impossible. It is very possible, because if there's a thing we've learned from history, is in situations where we least expect things to happen, that's when they usually happen. So become captive of hope. Believe things will change someday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll be back soon. Please stick around and consider subscribing to this feed. Like this video and invite others to join us. My name is Mordecai Murisa. Bye-bye for now.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.